I'm seeing if I write down everything on my, because I think like pen to paper is like where it's at. Like I hate typing, like, you know what I mean? Like I need my pen to paper. I'm trying to see if I write a to-do list today, that will help me get my things done, because I'm such a list person anyways. But I feel like yesterday, well, first of all, rewind. It's been like a blizzard up in this bitch. Like it was all day yesterday snow, so I like kind of didn't do anything, which was fine. But it was just kind of like a boring day, so I kind of, you know, had a lot of time to think, which is not great, you know? But then it also like made me think of, so I did fall back into definitely a spiral about just like, what the fuck am I doing? What's going on? But that's made me just think about like a lot of things. Like going back to the last video I posted about like the all or nothing lifestyle, like I'm still really working on that and like really trying to figure out like where I fit in with the all or nothing lifestyle, and like where, I mean, like I don't fit in the all or nothing lifestyle. It's not the lifestyle I want to live, but I'm just trying to think about like how every day to like, I don't know. Like I just want to do a little something every day that makes me feel productive. And it could just be like, every day I do kind of similar things. But I really want to start to like add different habits, different maybe hobbies, different activities, different interests, because there's just so much more to do and there's so much more we can do. And I just feel like I hate the feeling of like living at like 5% of your potential. Like it's just not who I am or like who I want to be. Like I don't like that energy and I don't like that feeling. So I'm just like working on that. And that's when I think I get really down to like that's when I start to spiral again, is when I start to like really think about like, oh, like where am I in life? Like what's going on? Comparison is like is the thief of joy. Some famous dude said that, but I don't know who, but it's just like the truth. It's just the absolute truth. It's like the minute you look at something else, I do it all the time. The minute you look at something else, you're like, oh, well, they're on vacation or they're doing this and that and da 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 da. But there's always like, the grass is always greener, as they say. Because I've met a lot of people that you would see online that you would consider an influencer, or you would consider this hottie, whatever, that's always on vacation. But girl, they have so much credit card debt. So much. They really do. Because they put that bottle service from like South Beach on their fucking credit card, and they're still paying it off with their Urban Outfitters hourly job. I just want to tell you guys the truth. But then there are some bitches that make that money. I have been reading a little bit more. I've started like so many books. I read like 10 to 20 pages and then I like stop and I'm like, okay, let me try something else. I'm like, so like, I can't, it's like, I don't know, schizophrenia of books or something. Like I just had so many people talking to me at once. And this week I decided to pick up Tweaker World. I've had this in my bookshelf for a really long time by Jason Yamas, and it's good so far. I love books about drug addicts. I think they're so interesting. Memoirs, especially. I feel like I've been reading them since like 6th grade, like not even kidding. Like, do you guys remember those books? Like, there weren't memoirs, but they were like Crank and Smash and like all those books. They were like literally written in like poem form. Like, they were so interesting. But Ellen what? I forget. Those were some good ass books. Oh my God, why was I reading that as like a 2-year-old? And then Nick Sheff's books. We all know Beautiful Boy. That was his dad wrote. But he wrote Tweak. Oh my God, Nick Sheff's Tweak. So good. One of the best. Like, I love that memoir. Yeah, like I love a druggy memoir. That's why like I loved Julia Fox's memoir, was stunning. I just think it's so interesting to get into the minds of addicts and people that have, you know, different lifestyles. And then also I just love crazy stories. Like I love when people are just like and I love honesty. I love real stories. I love just like things that make you think. And then, I don't know, I just find that people are the most interesting things in the world, you know? I love people. Well, that's a strong statement. But you know what I mean. Like, I like people, and I like interesting people a lot. Especially like ones that, yeah, have cool stories. That's what I really want to do. I want to start talking to and like interviewing people that like I would love to have talk to Jason like about his life, because I really want to start talking to people that like have something to say, like have gone through shit. 'Cause I think those people are so much more interesting than like a regular person, like, or even like a celebrity. Like, they're not like, the people that are interesting are the people that like went through a lot of life things and went through a lot of like troubles and tribulations, troubles and trials. I don't know the word. And make it out the other side. And it's just like, it just shows like the resilience of the human species and how we can kind of do anything, overcome anything. You can. It's scary, but you can. And it just takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of time. And I think that's the two things that people are scared of like losing time. And they're like, well, if I do this for X many years, then that's over. I'm like, yeah, but that's just also life. Like, you got to choose. I definitely recommend this, even though what page am I on? 67. But it's good. It's really good so far. The only problem I have is that the font is so small. And it's like, bitch, me trying to read that at night, like with my iPhone light. No. Yeah, like the most interesting people are the people that like him. Like, he's so interesting to me because he has kind of like, he went off from the norms of society and got himself into an addiction, but he overcame it. And also just like, it's real life. Like, you learn real things along the way that just get you those street smarts and like, that get you like, I don't know, just like I feel like you're a different type of person when I've met so many people that just like haven't gone through anything and they're just like boring. And like, you're just like, I'm not saying you have to like go through some crazy things in life, but I think that someone who has had just a life of just like everything has been so easy and there's been no like, I don't know how these bitches just like, I seen this tweet online, it was like, I don't know how people just raw dog life. And I'm like, yeah, you need something. Like, mine, like weed is my substance. I don't know about y'all's, but it's my plant. It's my natural plant. And I love it. And it just like, it's the best thing for me because alcohol sucks, even though I like it, but it sucks. It just doesn't do anything good for me. So I'm not drinking that right now. That's what I'm saying right now, because we're not doing the whole 0 or 100. We're doing right now. Every day I just wake up and decide not to drink. That's what I'm doing. But it's not like, this is my other thing. It's like, I've talked to, when I had therapists, like all my therapists were like, sorry, you're not an addict. Like, if you were a real addict, you would wake up and like, da 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 da. It's interesting because like, I'm a really good cold turkey person. Like, if I'm just like done with something, I'll drop it. It's like worked with alcohol for me. Like, if I just don't want to do it, I don't do it. And the only thing that like, yeah, I think that's it. The only thing is like weed, like I just don't want to give it up. Like, it's just like not something that I feel like it's like destroying my life, because it isn't. It's like, oh, my light shut off, but whatever. The thing that I love about weed is it just takes the edge off. But I have seen so many people, especially recently, like all my social media timelines have been like filled with like weed and like gardening shit. That's what the TikTok girl said, gardening. And just like funny jokes about like weed and things. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. Like, how do they know that I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm liking things a lot. I don't know, whatever. I don't know why I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same blanket, but they're all just stacked up here. Anyways, the other day I was on Pinterest, which is like definitely probably my favorite app. Like, it's just like, there's not a lot of ads and you can totally curate it to yourself. And it's just like, and it's not like newsy, which like, that's so good. Cause like, I'm just so, the news, you guys, the news, that's not it. no, we'll talk about that later. But there's just something with Pinterest. It's like you curate it, it's all photos, it's gorge. I love it. And it's stuff that you don't see, like, I don't see a lot of it other places online, even like Tumblr and stuff. I'm still a kid of like that age because it's just so much more fun. Pictures are just where it's at. And I love just like pictures, video. It's just always fun. But Instagram, like, no. I have one obviously because like I'm a person in 2026, but it's just not doing it for me. And I feel like it's just not cool. I feel like YouTube's it, other things are it, but Pinterest is great. Anyways, that was a tangent about that. But what I really wanted to get into was I saw a quote from Pamela Anderson, and she was saying something in the realm of, I'm paraphrasing, so it's not exact quote, of like, she's like, I'm not a victim. I put myself in crazy situations and survived them. And I was like, it totally like reframed. Like I was like, oh, like I was like, I kind of felt like, oh, that's totally me. But then I also felt like weirdly like uncomfortable because I was like, oh, do I put myself in these situations? Or like, I always thought like, oh, like things just happen to you and da-da-da, which totally they do. And this is going to be like a really interesting topic because I want to talk about what this quote means, which is like, and I'm going to relate it to me because that's all I can do because I don't know y'all's lives. But it's interesting because when I look back on all the things that, am I going to drink this coffee? Hold on. When I look back on like situations when I'm like, oh my God, like that happened to you or this happened to you. Like it's interesting. Like, okay, so I felt like I got a lot of trauma. I got a lot of trauma from like working at this bathhouse that I worked for almost a year in Los Angeles. And it was like a whirlwind for me. Like I was like having like trouble getting a job. So then I finally found one at this bathhouse. And it was my first time ever at a bathhouse. My first time going there was for the interview. It was like all like shell shocking to me. Like obviously I'm not a fucking prude. Like I've seen porn, I've seen sex, I've had sex, like whatever. But like it's just a different culture. Like it's a different world. Like it's just heavy on other things like drugs, violence. Sex is obviously huge, but like there's just like other things you kind of have to deal with when you're there. Overdoses, crazy shit. So like that just kind of like, and I also saw just like how life could get. And I think I talked about this before in another episode, but I just saw like how low life could get for people. And it kind of like scared me and made me feel like, whoa, like, is this where I'm heading type thing? Which like totally put a false narrative in my head for like a long time, which wasn't good and wasn't healthy for me. So I think I'm still chipping away at parts of that. I think it's like the statue's kind of on the floor. I'm just kind of knocking the feet of it. You know what I mean? So like before that's completely like done, like that trauma-ness of that. But it's like at the end of the day, I could have worked at a fucking Starbucks, but I decided to put myself in a, bathhouse with all of this, which I knew what was going to go on since I like talked to the people that worked there, And so I knew what was going to happen and I could have left at any time, but I decided to stay. So it's like, yeah, like I put myself in those crazy situations. I put myself to get a gun pulled on me. I put myself to get like certain other things happen. I'm not saying it was like, oh, that had to happen to you or like that was meant for you or whatever. But it just was like, I didn't grow up around that shit. So then coming into a place when I'm getting a gun pulled on me, like obviously like, sir, you didn't have to go work at a bathhouse with people that like some sick people, some sketchy fucking people. Obviously it's all over the board, but you could have worked anywhere and not had a gun pulled on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like I put myself in a riskier situation and a riskier job because I was looking for excitement or something, or I was looking for chaos, or I was looking for something. So it's like, I kind of reframe it as like, I put myself in that situation because I was looking for just like, to feel alive. I was looking for like, I don't know. I just didn't, I felt like I just wanted to live when I got out to LA. I was like, I just want to do it all and da da da. So I was like, so I found that job. And then when I kind of realized it, like, I don't know, like I realized, I try to reframe it now. It's like, it wasn't the worst thing to happen to you. You actually learned a lot from it. And you learned like how you don't want to act, how you do want to act, what you want to be like in the world. Yeah. But I do just think her quote kind of just like shakes up everything that we were kind of told. Like Pam saying that like she chose the chaos, she chose like the situations is like different from what we kind of like are taught, that like things just like happen. And like, yes, I kind of feel like adulthood is literally just like making decisions with like, I don't know, just like crazy decisions with like little knowledge and just like your nervous system going insane. At least that's for me. But yeah, like I think that that her saying that just shook out my mind, because I was like, whoa, like, yeah, we are in charge of what we do. We are in charge of where we go. I know sometimes it does feel like, especially for me, like we aren't in charge and we don't know exactly like what we're, I don't know, because I'm always like, well, I'm not the one in the HR room like approving my application or whatever. So it like kind of is all up to other people, our lives. But then when you look at like the sentence in the quote in the way she said it, it makes me think like, oh, it's not cool that XYZ happened too. It's not anything, but and other people obviously should get consequences for any actions if that are terrible against people, duh. But how did you get there in the first place? What was the catalyst for it all? Especially for like me, I think that instead of like, sometimes I want chaos, and I know that that's gonna make things chaotic and change shit up, and so I'm gonna go for it. Or I just want to feel chosen, or I want to feel seen, I want to feel heard, I want to feel loved, I want to feel touched, I want to feel sexy, like whatever it is. And so you do things because of that, and because of those reasons, and then sometimes you later on regret it or think like, oh my God, but like, how did that even happen? But then you're like, well, sometimes you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, but sometimes you put yourself in the wrong place. So, I don't know. I think for me in my life, looking back at all the things that I'm like shit about, or like that I thought I was a victim in, some things definitely, because you don't get to choose. But there are some things where I'm like, well, you could have been in a totally other place. You didn't need to choose chaos that night. You didn't need to choose sex that night. You could have done something totally different. But I also am like, to the other, just be a good person though. Like, don't be a fucking dick to people. It's so stupid. But yeah, I feel like that's where I kind of want to close out on my Pam quote, because it's something that I would have totally, like 3 years ago, or not even, like last year, been like, yeah, fuck you, like, that's not true. You don't pierce, like, things just happen to you, like, you don't have any control, da da da. And now I just think totally differently of like, yeah, you do have control, and you do, things absolutely can happen to you. Like, I know life is like crazy. You really never know the next day. You don't know the next hour. You really don't. And so like, yeah, shit will happen to you, but just like remember sometimes how you got there, or like why you chose it. I think I don't say how you got there, because it's not like, but it's like why you chose to do XYZ that got you in that position. I think that's an interesting thing just to look back on, and just to think about, and like be like, okay, like, yeah. And also it empowers you, because you're like, I'm not a fucking victim. Like, I'm not a victim in this life. Like, I can get up and try again. I can get up and go again. I can get up and survive. And so good for Pam. I know her story is fucking nuts, and she's amazing. I want to talk to her. Because she's like a celebrity that's not like annoying. And she's just like has a lot, like when I talk about experience, like she got a lot. Especially with like nasty men and the industry and all that bullshit. But my new Okay, first of all, I don't know how I didn't know about this before because like I definitely knew about it, but I just never put it into practice. But I am obsessed with CVS coupons on your phone on the app. I've never done it. I just did it for the first time this week. I got like $30 worth of stuff for $11 because I had like so many points or like so much money off. And like it's just like literally 10 cents here, 25 cents there, $4 there, but like it adds up and you can use as many as you want. So everybody download the CVS app if you're a CVS person. Click the coupons to your phone because then when you type in your number on the screen in the self-checkout, it's right there. And it's amazing. This is probably well-known knowledge, but for someone like me that did not know all this and is obsessed now because I go on every day to clip coupons. Like, I don't know when I became a coupon clipper. Hopefully when I get other stuff going on in my life, that will end. Like, I don't need that hobby. Like, that's not fun for me. But it's just something exciting. It's exciting when you like click all the buttons and you just see all the money go away. You get money go off. So it's cute.